Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So, I've been playing PoE a little bit. You guys may not be able to tell because I haven't done it on stream or anything, but I have been, introducing a few friends to the game, and it's been, pretty amusing to try out the new skills. You know, before I get started into exactly what I've been doing, I want to tell you guys, I said I'd play the PoE 1 week race, said I'd probably play PoE every now and then, and, kind of went for a feeler off stream. It's it's really a almost perfect game, but it's a game that I've played so much. I've played PoE, through and through over a year, and I just don't get those feelings of adventure anymore. I just feel like I'm doing something I've already done before, even if it's a new skill, even if it's a new build. It's usually for me, I'm just not feeling it. After I played ROS and grinded it out on the beta for a week, I couldn't even touch any RPG game, and now maybe I can cruise into it. But overall, PoE is probably the kind of game that I'll play when they change the game significantly, which is usually at the start of the 4-month new leagues. And every now and then, when something pretty cool comes up, I'll probably check it out. The part I do like about PoE the most is messing around with new skills when they come about. But I have heard that all the skills since Spectral Throw have been really terrible, so I was pretty excited to try it out nonetheless. And I did. I made a Flame Blast character, and I want to show you guys kind of how it works, kind of the idea that I had, and just my understanding of why these skills are kind of crappy. So, this is the character I have here. It's like 22 or something, I played for a few hours. Pretty slow paced, and it is built around using this ability. I made just a build that does gets a lot of the damage first, a little bit of life there because I started getting pretty owned. The gear's obviously terrible, and I'm using Flame Blast with chance to ignite, and I threw Fireball in there because, well, it can probably use chance to ignite. So this is like as barebone as it gets, and Flame Blast is this skill here. It's pretty OP because it has 10 stages and it does more spell damage on each stage. So pretty much what this means is you have a thing here that tells you how many stages you're running. At each stage it consumes the mana cost, and because it's more spell damage at each stage, I believe it just doubles in damage every stage. Though I'm not sure if this is the case, it may just be an additive in one more spell damage, so stage 2 might be 220, and stage 3 might be like 330 instead of double, which would be like times 8. But, whatever it is, basically doesn't do very much at the beginning and does a crap load at max level, and also increases in radius. And cast speed affects the scaling, like how quickly you scale up all the stacks. The ability is pretty cool. It's basically Discharge, except it's way slower, but it does so much more damage, and it's so much more dangerous as a result. You just blow up all the mobs, pretty fun stuff. Probably gonna head over to Broken Bridge, maybe get a little bit more mob density, even though it might be a bit more risky. But my opinion on these skills is like, skills in PoE are really going to be good if you can scale them very well without having to scale crit, because crit is usually a bit of a niche thing. You kind of reach that barrier of doing too much damage and killing yourself. So it's the skills that do just really high base damage, and are often these days the melee skills and the bow skills, because you can scale them with the physical, you can scale them with the elemental, you can scale them with the auras. You just keep on going. Attack speed just seems that it's a bit easier to get. When I was playing the Discharger, I felt that spells are pretty cool for AoE, but spells for single target just didn't really work. You had the fire trap action, maybe a few more now that they've buffed it with doing the ignites, maybe with fireball or something. But overall, pretty poor stuff. What I noticed is a lot of the skills that they introduced with the Storm Call, with the Flame Blast, and I don't even know if they introduced any other, but these skills are just kind of really lackluster. Like, Flamestrike is going to work Flame Blast is going to work fairly well if you're killing stuff super slow. But what I noticed playing with other people is, they would do half the mob's life and damage, and then you'd blow them up. And, you could just blow them up instantly. But, when you scale that up, when you scale it up to having good gear, having an organized group, by the time you finish the cast, stuff's probably already dead. Your effective damage is terrible, especially considering, you're going off of the Ignite. When it comes to store call, I haven't heard many good things. I'm sure, all these builds have some kind of function, some kind of way to use the skill very effectively, but all in all, it's not as intuitive, it's not as fluid, it's not as good as something like Spectral Throw. And Spectral Throw, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, is probably one of the last really good skills introduced to the game. One, because it's melee, you can have that crazy scaling, which you don't have with spells, through the really good gear, through the auras, through the attack speed, all the stuff I mentioned. And on top of that, it makes it so a build that's generally very defensive already, you can use a ranged attack, making your character, extremely tanky and extremely versatile to how you position yourself against the monsters, whereas normally a melee character wouldn't be able to do that. So yes, the damage is sometimes a little bit lower as a result, but overall, it gets pretty crazy effective when you do the balance in the game between the offense, the defense, and all the gear you need to get there. So overall, pretty cool stuff. I might play PoE on stream just a little bit, just have some fun with the class. Obviously, it's for a fun character because this skill is more of an experiment than anything. And yeah, maybe you guys will enjoy that. I know you guys really dig PoE because I check the Reddits every day. I see what's going down in the streams every now and then, and a lot of people are loving the game, and I'm really happy for it. And I'm a bit sad I've kind of lost my passion for it myself. Once now, everyone's into it, I'm kind of a bit sick of it. So, too bad. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.